Could you use a quick tip daily? How about a tip that can impact your day? My name is Raphael. Join me as I bring you tips by experts around the world. These experts have shared their knowledge and wisdom with me and will directly share them with you. Make sure to subscribe, like, follow, and comment, and I would love for you to become part of the New Tip Daily community. Welcome back to New Tip Daily, episode number 80. I'm super excited. I have a good friend of mine coming on very shortly, and I got to tell you, this guy is incredible. I'm going to ask him what he's been doing lately, and wait till you hear what he's about to embark in. So great stuff. Let me bring on my good friend, Travis. Hey, Travis, how are you today, buddy?
Hey, Sifu. I'm doing great. How are you?
Excellent, excellent. So you're doing some amazing stuff. Tell me what you're up to lately, and what are you planning in the near future?
Well, I just got done planning out my proposal for my walk. I'm doing the world's longest walkable road,
Mm,
and the walk is going to be called the Connection Odyssey. So going from Cape Town in South Africa all the way up to Magadan in Russia, about a 14,000-mile walk.
short walk, huh?
Yeah, just a few days,
Wow. That
118 weeks.
that is a huge undertaking, my friend.
I'm super excited, and it's
Yeah, yeah.
to spread micro giving throughout the world, and also shine a light on the reality of the world that we're living in outside of the first world development that we're used to.
Mm, definitely, definitely. So we did put across the screen your GoFundMe page. How important is it for you to have people fund this walk of yours?
Well, it's very important. That way I can accomplish it
Mhm.
successfully.
Right.
Whether people fund me or not, I'm going to find a way to make it happen. So it would be very much appreciated, and it would expedite the process for sure. So
Uh,
I'd be very grateful for it. It's super important to me. This is why I'm here. And it's a walk for everybody to be involved with.
mm, beautiful. It really makes me think about the work that you're doing and the process and this whole undertaking, which is wow, that's a long walk, my friend. So I know that you're getting all the right gear, you're getting all the right things. So anybody who is a sneaker company, a walking company, should definitely be sponsoring you because think about all the opportunities they will have for everyone to not only follow you, but for them to be seen. So I think it would be a good idea for them to sponsor you. What do you think?
Absolutely, and I have included that in the package as well. The different benefits for the different levels of sponsorship. So, you want to
Beautiful.
be the number one, you get a whole
Yeah.
lot of benefits.
Oh yeah, there you go. Perfect. I love it. So I know that we're here on New Tip Daily because you have a tip on progressive filter and probably like a thousand more, but we'd love to hear your tip today if you don't mind.
Absolutely. So, excuse me. It's a three-part tip, and it's called staying on par in your business. So the P stands for a progression filter, the A stands for automation, and the R stands for the task time value ratio. That's something
Mm,
I've just come up with. The progression filter is basically organizing the different tasks and things and activities that you have to do with your business into a kind of like a hierarchy of priorities. So
mm,
these are the things that are urgent and important. These are the things that are important but not urgent. These are the things that are urgent but not necessarily important. And these are the things that are not urgent or important. I got that from the book, The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People by Stephen Covey.
mm. Right.
And so
Great
that
book.
is included in that framework. So when you when you have the list of things to do, and then you organize them by priority, what is most important, what is most urgent, stuff like that, then you can move forward in the most productive tasks first. And whether that's easy or hard, they're the most productive, they're the most proactive, they're going to be the ones that progress your business forward the most effectively. And then
Mm,
you move on to the automation. And that term might come off as an automation between the different systems and computer stuff and like that, it's not just computer systems. While there are several different automation tools out there that can work on accomplishing tasks for you, working on things that if this happens, then this happens, this happens, this happens, so on and so forth. It's not just a computer system. It's systems in general, making the systems more efficient, more effective, and making them as streamlined as possible. So you get that task or an activity into an automated system or a system where it's easy to accomplish automatically.
Mm-hmm.
And then you can move on to the other work that is productive and progressive and keeps the ball rolling.
Oh, yeah.
And from there, you go on to the task time value ratio. And is something I've been playing with working out. It is the amount of value it would take to accomplish a task compared to the amount of value you place on your time. So mowing lawn is an example that I use. If it costs $50 to mow the lawn and it takes an hour to mow the lawn, and you value your time at $100 an hour, that would bring the ratio to be less than 1. So in that sense, you should probably hire somebody else or pay somebody else to mow your lawn, or just have somebody else do it. That way you can focus that hour on more productive income generating activities. And if the number is above 1, let's say it's putting together a web series or a series of training videos. Let's say it would be $500 to do it for an hour for somebody else to do it, but it would take you just a couple hours to do, and you still value your time at $100 an hour. In that sense, the ratio is above 1. So in that sense, you'd be saving money by doing it yourself, and thus put your soul into it, because then that will yield more over the long run.
Mm-hmm.
And if the ratio is exactly 1, goes into it cycles back to the progression filter. So if you have a bunch of things on your to-do list and you're organizing your priorities, and this task or activity is at a 1, figure out how it fits into the priorities. And if it doesn't fit into the priorities, have somebody else do it.
Right. Yeah. I love that, because for me, I can mow the lawn, but it takes time.
Right.
And then you have to do the trimming, you have to do everything else. And you want it to look right. So for me, I've always hired out. When I bought my house, my ex-wife had said to me, "Hey, you going to mow the lawn?" I said, "Absolutely not." "Why not?" "My dad mows the lawn." I said, "Well, that's good. He can come mow ours if you want, but I'm not doing it because it's not below me, but it doesn't make sense for me
Right.
to do that task, to take that task on. I think I can use my time wisely doing other things." And so you're absolutely right with that. When it comes to the ratios, what makes more sense? Because one thing we can never get back is time. We can always get money back, right?
Absolutely. And if you multiply certain things across the time span, you'd be surprised at the size of the numbers over, a compounding effect.
Mm-hmm.
Like, oh, this only takes 30 minutes to do right now. Well, if your time is valued at $100 an hour, that's $50 right there. Multiply that by 5, let's say it's every day. That's $250 a week.
Mm-hmm.
Multiply. You're losing a lot of time and value.
Right. Yeah. And if your hour's worth $1,000 an hour, then
Exactly.
think about that.
It just keeps going up higher.
Yeah. And I think that what we need to do is to keep raising our own rate, right? So that we only take care of what's truly, truly important for us to be doing, and not that have anything below us, but does it make sense for me to take that on? Or
Absolutely.
can I empower somebody else to do it?
Absolutely. And with those quadrants,
Mhm.
the top left quadrant is the things that are urgent and important. Those would be the best things to automate, because they
Mhm.
happen on a regular basis and they need to happen and they're important to happen.
Right.
The things that are in the urgent but not important, would be a good thing to delegate to somebody because they need to happen, but it's not so important that you need to focus your time and energy on it. So have somebody else do that. One
Yeah.
thing that I learned from my studies and whatnot is an example. Would you rather commit 10% of your time to 100% effort, or would you rather somebody else commit 80%, 100% of the time?
Mm.
So then the things in the important but not necessarily urgent, those are the things that you can focus on and put your soul into. And whatever is not important and not urgent, just get rid of it.
Yeah, yeah, without a doubt. You know, automating is so important because, for example, like for my Calendly, when anybody books into my shows, I don't have to go and start sending emails or text messages. And everybody's like, wow, you keep so well in touch with me. But it's not me.
It's a system.
It's a system. So when we can use systems properly, and I have it for my other business as well, where somebody books in to come and find out about our product, it automatically sets them up. It sets up the appointment. They can just click on set up an appointment, and then it sends them reminders, sends them all different things. It even sends them questionnaires. So I have it systematized because
Yeah,
I would be there all day long just sending out text messages and all these other um, things that I need to have done and know before I have someone come in, you know?
absolutely. And half the time, I think people don't might not realize that everything we do is in
Mm,
a system or is within systems.
mhm,
Like it doesn't matter. Even brushing your teeth is a system.
mhm,
It just what is the efficiency of that system, and with
right.
that automation factor, having things automatically get taken care of, that that is a much more effective and efficient system than having to do everything all the time on your own.
Yeah. You know, before I implemented my calendar into doing my podcasting, people, I would have to literally book in, get my calendar, see what days available. I don't do that anymore because I
Yeah,
said, wait a minute, I'm like wasting all this time. So I always do have a conversation with someone first, and then I say, hey, book into my show whenever it's convenient for you. So I don't have to go looking, what is good, this is good, that's good. You know, it's back and forth. It doesn't have to be. And
absolutely.
it's a beautiful thing, I got to tell you. Everything is so much smoother now.
And especially from the small and basic systems, like the um, calendar system is a basic system, even though
Hmm.
it can be very confusing at times.
Oh yeah.
And they can be scaled up to much greater systems. Like Amazon would not have become Amazon, might not be the
Mm.
best example, but they have massive systems.
Oof.
And just like an onboarding system or sequence or things to do, they can be implemented in a nice streamlined system. And that
Mm.
takes you out of the actual process, out of the operations, and lets you to be more of the business owner rather than
Mm.
the business worker.
Yeah, yeah. Well, you're absolutely right with Amazon and a lot of shopping places now, because they always recommend, hey, you like this? How about that? You know, so
Yep.
that's an automation. It's not somebody sitting there waiting for what you put in the shopping cart and go,
Right. You're getting
hey,
spied
let's
on by people.
recommend this. Can you imagine how long, how many people you would
Oh,
have to employ?
their overhead would be crazy.
Oh, they wouldn't be there because,
Yeah.
you know, if you have a million people shopping within a minute, and because I'm talking about Amazon, it's probably more than that within a
Oh, yeah.
minute, you'd have to have more than a million people looking at everybody's shopping cart and go, wait, they put a can of whatever, we got to ask, tell them, do they want a fork with that, you know? But
Right.
it's automatic. So
Yep.
it's a
The
beautiful thing.
the systems run the business, and
Mhm.
then through that you can have people work the systems.
Right. Yeah. The progression filter, I love it. I love it. So, talking about the progression filter, you had to kind of create that for your walk coming up, didn't you?
A little bit, yeah.
Mhm.
Priorities and what's going to be the most effective thing and progress this planning moving forward. Um, since there are so many things that go into the planning of a 27-month long journey, um, yeah, I had to organize some things and prioritize some things and put some things on the burner for later down the road when I have a better team or more other people that can do this. So I had to organize what is the most, what task would be the most effective to propel me forward. And that
Mm,
was getting my proposal, my sponsorship proposal putting together. That way I get on board with a few companies. I can hire a team to help me with the planning process. They can take care of all the logistics that I haven't yet done because I've done all the itinerary and whatnot. But they
mhm.
can work with me to bring this plan to reality. And that way I don't have to spend a year, stressing myself out and losing
Right,
my hair and racking and destroying my brain for something that I'm called to do. It's a team
gotcha.
effort,
Mm,
and nobody ever gets anywhere on their own. It
gotcha.
Everything in life is meant to be a team effort and to basically create your own grid network of people helping each other move forward.
Mm, right, right. You know, 27 months walking.
Yeah.
Wow. So how long are you going to be walking each day? And do you take any days off?
So I've planned 20 miles a day, 6 days a week, resting on the seventh day,
Mm,
and that'll take technically 117 weeks and 4 days. If everything goes to plan, that's how long it'll take to go from point A to point B, and 20 miles. So basically, walking for an hour, resting for 10 minutes, walking for an hour, which will be about 3 miles, and then over the span of 8 hours, walking and resting every day, it'll be about 20 miles.
mm, mm. So you probably will also have like walking sticks and stuff because I'm sure it's not a straight level
Yeah.
walk, right?
No, the elevation changes go up and down for about the equivalent of 128 miles.
Mm,
So I'll
wow.
definitely want some hiking equipment.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. So all the hiking companies out there, help out my friend Travis, right? Let's
And
get this going.
I'm going to walk with a robot.
Oh, that is even cooler.
Yeah,
That is even
which
cooler.
that's a multifaceted purpose to that, but it'll help me carry gear as well.
There you go. So, Travis, will you be able to keep us posted? Can we follow you as well and see where you are on your journey?
Yes, absolutely. That's another thing that I'm gonna work out when I have a team because social media is not my forte. So
Mm,
when I get some people working with me, they'll help me to generate this effective social media plan because I'm going to do my own personal posting plan kind of thing.
right,
Obviously, I don't know social media, but
right.
I'm going to do something that people can follow on my personal account, and then I'm also going to have a video documentary series that people can follow, whether on social media or its own platform.
Mm. So you mean somebody can actually sponsor your social media? Somebody can sponsor the documentary so that they're forever living on there? Wow, that would be brilliant on their part, wouldn't it?
Yeah, sponsors will fund your dreams apparently. So,
There you go.
and you just it's like a PR exchange. Like I'm going to help you do this, and you get people to buy my stuff.
Mm, beautiful, beautiful. So one of the other things, and we talked about it earlier, you are going to be coming to New York, Heroes Rising Apex on July 13th through the 16th, and there maybe you'll meet up with new sponsors and so forth. People who will be sponsoring Heroes Rising also may want to sponsor you as well. So definitely, everybody, come on down, come to New York. Let's have some fun. Meet Travis. You're going to meet so many amazing individuals. It's going to be worth the trip.
Absolutely. I'm really looking forward to it.
Yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun. All right. Any last great tips today, by the way. Really appreciate it. When we think about the progression filter and how to go about it, it's there is a lot of thought that goes into that, isn't there?
Yeah. You got to prioritize. And it's
Yeah.
not time management. I hate that term.
Mm,
It's not time management. You're not managing your time. You're managing your priorities with the time that you have because we all have the same amount of time, but we do not have the same priorities.
yeah, absolutely. Great. Love it. All right, buddy. Stay on. We're gonna say goodbye to everybody. Have an amazing and exceptional day, everybody. Travis, you're an amazing gentleman. Keep
Sifu,
up
you're
the great
amazing for
work.
having me. Thank you
Oh,
so
my
much.
pleasure.
It's truly
My
an honor.
pleasure. Yep. All right, buddy. Talk to you soon.
Talk soon.
All right.